advantage, she will rock your face, and it snowballs from that point on. Whenever she levels up faster than you, she'll use her range taunt, get you, use her ball and her foxfire, and do just sick tons of damage to you. And either force you to have to, be back again, or she'll kill you, which will give her extra gold and more experience, because you get experience from kills. Not to mention, you're not getting experience from the minions around that are dying, and she is. And if she's staying to farm, she's getting more gold. And you know how much farm is. If you watched the last video, you know how important farming is. If she's able to out farm you, if she's able to get the level advantage, there's no chance you have against her by herself. And even when you do get a gank, she's slippery. She tends to slip out of your grip all the time with her ult. Then you're forced to play a little bit passive. Otherwise, you will give even more of an advantage to her, and she'll just snowball and snowball and snowball. But the good thing with characters like Ari, she drops off towards the end, damage-wise. But but with champions like Maokai. Maokai is a great mid. I use Maokai in mid all the time. And what I do with Maokai is I go to the enemy wraith camp, and I use my saplings, and I get all the wraiths before the minions get to middle. So I get all of those. I get that gold advantage. I get that experience advantage, and then it gets me to about half level higher than the enemy champion, which means when I come back and I haven't missed any experience or gold when I come back from the enemy jungle, I'm at a distinct advantage, or I'm at a slight advantage, and that slight advantage will only compound as the game goes on. If your opponent has the item you're going for before you, it's because they've been working off of their slight advantage. They've been using their slight advantage to their benefit. So it's small, which is why you want to pull the lane or keep the lane in the center. You want to pull the lane as much as possible without sacrificing too much farm. Notice the word too. It's okay to miss a minion kill. It is. It really is. It's okay to miss one minion kill for every wave. It's okay to miss 2 minion kills every other wave. It's okay to miss it. If you pull your lane, if it makes it so you pull your lane, you're golden. You're great, because now you've set your enemies, your opponents, up for a gank and an easy kill. Pulling a lane to set your enemies up. Important. It's very important. You want to get your enemies set up so that you can gain that little bit of advantage. So, let's see here. We talked about pushing. Talked about why to push. Did pulling, why to pull, and overextended. I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything. It'll become clearer later on when we do the game, which we're gonna do right now. And you may recognize this game. It's gonna be the exact same game that we had last time when we did the farming video. So this is where I'm gonna tell you how to exactly push and how to exactly farm or pull. Sorry. So let's jump right on in. Alright, here we are. I am using fraps right now, so the cooldowns, they won't be accurate. The clock, they won't be accurate, but it's alright. I didn't pause it last time to keep the times going, but we're gonna be really focusing on just one lane, and it's just gonna be this one here. Okay. So there's one moment So there are the minions. A little bit of glitching going on. Yeah, we're hackers. Just kidding. Okay. Caitlyn is farming. The lane is officially pushed now from Blue's perspective. Malzahar used the spell on one of the minions, and it auto attacked. Lee Sin used a skill. He's about to auto attack, and you can tell it's pushed because this minion here has 167 health. This minion here is 238, and then there's an extra one with 64 HP. Now this is important because this minion will take 2 shots from, I believe 2 shots from this one, or it will take 2 from 2 caster minions. Now that's important because there's only 3 caster minions and 1 melee minion. On their side, there's 3 caster minions and 2 melee minions. So if it takes, 10 caster minion shots to kill a melee minion, I don't know if that's the exact number, there's gonna be 2 onto here, about 5, no, probably about 6 at the very least to get it, because these 3 minions, when the 3 minions aggro onto a minion, they attack. They're going to waste their shots. Kind of like when you were practicing farming and you missed a minion kill, your character still shot, but your attack didn't reach the minion in time, so it hit a dead body. The same thing happens with the caster minions. They'll hit the dead body. So these 3 are going to waste 2 volleys at least on this one, probably 3. So on and so forth. All the while, these minions are going to be doing damage to them. So there's going to probably be, at this rate, 2 caster minions left over. Ish. Depends on which, yeah, probably about 2. Now that's important because, like I said before, when minions spawn up here, it takes 28 seconds for them to get to this point down here. Yeah? And see, the next wave is almost here. Now, the melee minions will stop here, and the caster minions will stop just as far back. And that's important to know. It's important to recognize because the minions are not stopping here anymore. And the reason they're not stopping here anymore is because the minions that are left over will be pushing, probably, even if they push for just 1 second more, that means instead of having 28 seconds of travel time, these minions now have 27 seconds of travel time. So they'll have 1 second left of distance, which is probably about, here, distance-wise. While the blue minions will have an extra second of travel time, and that's due to the aggro on the minions up here. You remember what aggro is? Sweet, if you remember. If you don't, that's alright. We're still learning. It's fine. What aggro is the minions targeting other minions, champions, or turrets. It's the act of the minion targeting them. The way you can remember it is they're aggravated at this minion, so they're gonna, focus on that minion. Yeah, it's simple. The minion wave is now closer to bottom turret. Now, Caitlyn can counter this by using her Piltover and getting a few extra hits on not only getting the last hit on this one, but damaging these minions and damaging the two enemy champions. However, since her Piltover, which is it's the Piltover, it's that one thing I was telling you earlier, the giant hacksaw that goes out. Since her Piltover will be hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minions instead of Malzahar's 1, Lee Sin's 1, 2, 3. There's like, she'll be doing more damage to more minions than either of these have done damage to them. And that's important to remember, because if she does that, that's important for you to remember for your harassment, because you can inadvertently push a lane while harassing. Yeah, it's possible. We used to harass all the time, and we would push all the way to here, because Caitlyn would stand behind her minions, and she would get every single minion with her Piltover, with her abilities, and it was bad. We pushed all the time. We got ganked all the time. It was easy kills. But now that our lane is pushed, Caitlyn can just get last hits and let us get pushed even further. To make it easier for an early gank. As you'll see, I don't know if you remember, but Skarner ganked bottom at level 3. That's way before he has his ulti. It's pretty significant, because Skarner at that level only has a slow, and that's it. And we still managed to pull a kill out of it. Yeah, just 1 kill. I don't think we got two. I think we just got Lee Sin. But here is excuse me. So this lane is pushed. So that makes things easy for us. Now, if the lane was not pushed by either of these characters, which it'll happen later on, what Caitlyn would do is she can get this minion kill right now, nice and quick, nice and easy. What she's going to do, though, is she's going to wait for this one minion to hit it once, so that minion is using one of its attacks on a minion that's already dead. Count this minion as dead, because Caitlyn can kill it right now. It's already dead. If the minion wastes its shot on a minion that's already dead, that is 0 damage that minion did. Okay? While the rest of the minions do damage to everything else. And that's pretty important. Like, whenever your casting minions target one minion, you want to pay attention. The game gives you tells of champions, what the champions are about to do, what the champions have charged, what the minions are going to do. It gives you signs to anticipate for this. With the casting minions, you would wait for them to do... See that? On that one? Where he threw his arm back? As soon as he throws his arm back, that's when you would... that means he's going to attack the minion that he's been attacking. So if you're quick, and this is super advanced, alright? Super advanced. This is more than basic. This is for when you're no longer overextending. This is for when you're farming, when you get, 200 plus, over 200 minion kills in 20 minutes, or 15 minutes even. This is when you're getting first blood. This is when you're invading jungle. This is when you're a stronger player. But if you already are a strong player, it's good to know, because then you can start practicing it. So the minions, he throws his arm back, he's going to attack. So you auto attack, your shot gets there first. It'll generally get there right as soon as the ball of light comes out of the caster minion. So you would use it for the range minions, but you would not do that tactic for this minion. Alright? This minion you just want to try and get. But for these minions, you would wait for